What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am here again with Ryan. We asked you guys to submit questions that you had, whether it was advice or personal questions that you wanted answered for yourself or for us.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone who did send your questions in. We actually got a lot. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I was worried that this was going to be a dud, but I got a bunch of questions on Snapchat. I know you got some on Instagram. We had a few in YouTube comment section too. So if we don't get to your question today, really sorry. Like I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go back and answer like the ones that people send me in like a text or something. Before we get into this video though, you hit a milestone recently. Yeah,
It's really
1,000 subscribers, which is super deal. Cool.
Thank you so much.
It's at 1.2 thousand right now, and Brandon's not gonna brag, so I'm gonna brag for him. This dude puts in hours and hours of work into each and every one of these videos that you guys watch. So he's too humble. He's not gonna go out and say that, but yeah, well deserved. I'm happy for you.
Yes, so, thanks to you, man.
No,
thanks to you.
Don't even give me that. I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did.
All right, so we've got a couple questions here from a bunch of different people. All right, so first question we got, this one I believe was off YouTube. Wesley Heading with an H at the end. I hope Heading is how you pronounce that. I'm sorry if it's not. But Wesley writes us saying, loving your videos with 2 smiley faces. Question, what is your ideal date activity? Should we make this first date? Let's do first date, because I feel like if it's all like a long-term date,
it changes over time, the course.
Right.
Yes,
it depends
exactly.
on the person.
Right.
So like I'm not gonna say like, oh, my ideal date is to bring someone to a concert if they don't like going to concerts or you don't have similar taste in music. So
right. Okay.
Let's just do ideal first dates.
Yikes. Okay, yeah, that's so different.
Oh, did you have a different answer for that?
My ideal date would be like a few weeks in. Like what
Okay, why don't you give yours then, and then I'll just stick with first date.
So I like to do like some sort of fun activity, whether it's like, and mini golf is probably a stupid example, but like some activity like that, like some physical type of activity. Sorry. And then
oh yeah, wink wink.
Wink wink. Then obviously go out to eat. It's fun to see a movie. Cuddle time is number one. Or at the end. So it's more so a bunch of different activities. I don't know if there's an exact order. Like, I also like if we like went to the gym and then we ate food and then watched a movie. Like, I don't know. It's more sequence based, I guess.
Yeah, so you want like multiple things.
Yes.
You don't want to just do one and call it.
No.
Cool.
I like to keep the rotation going.
Yeah. That's kind of similar to the answer I had too that I was thinking of. So if we're doing ideal first dates, I'm thinking that you just start with dinner and don't commit to anything outside of that. And then hypothetically something's going well, like just be spontaneous for afterwards. Like I'll give you an example. So I had a date with a girl back in June, and picked her up, went to dinner. I was having fun. It was cool talking to her, and honestly, I was stuffed after dinner, and there was an ice cream shop like 3 doors down, and all I was thinking was like, okay, I'm having fun, things are going well.
Right.
I don't really want to stop hanging out with this girl. I want to keep spending time with her. So I threw out the idea like, oh, let's go get some ice cream, and then yeah. So I think you start with something like dinner, and then you can always.
It really depends on how the mood is going. You don't want to like plan a full day, and then if it goes bad at the beginning, you don't want to like suffer.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. If it's a first date and you do that.
You just said do.
How old are you?
21.
Oh God, do we have to?
Yes.
Yeah. Plus, like if the it's not going well at the start, then you're good. You have an out right away. Because dinner's what, 45 minutes maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
At most places.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
you gotta have an escape plan going.
Yeah, you have an escape plan if you need it. So, all right.
I like that question. What does your diet look like? This is from Blazing Asian.
Blazing Asian. Yeah, that's my buddy Jason.
Did you spell that wrong, or
no? That's how he spelled. That's his actual
Blazing
name.
Asian.
Yeah, this was one of my Snapchat questions.
From Snapchat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, okay, Jason's gonna get this joke. Fruit snacks. Lots and lots of fruit snacks. Yeah.
I love fruit snacks.
Yeah, that's only he's gonna understand why that's funny. But yeah. So for me, it's usually during the week, it's a lot of,
Boring shit.
well, I guess weekend, I don't know, kind of all the time. I guess it's, I eat a lot of rice, like a lot of rice. I'm usually having rice with just about every
What kind
meal.
of rice?
I do brown and white. It kind of depends. When I get my meals that I bring to work, I do brown rice in that just because, do I want to get technical with this? Because I can give a very technical answer.
Get technical.
Okay.
Yes, get technical.
So basically, the reason that they say brown rice is supposedly healthier is because brown rice takes longer for your body to turn the carbs from the brown rice into glucose, which gives you energy. So you're getting a longer lasting energy.
I wanted to know that.
Honestly, if you really want to get super specific, doing white rice like before you're gonna go do some sort of like strenuous activity, like you're gonna go to the gym.
Right.
White rice is actually a little bit more ideal for you. I know that there are people out there that are probably gonna debate that, but yeah, that's kind of the reason that.
So it's more for energy. Like if you want energy now, then you would recommend white.
Yeah, the white rice it'll turn into energy quicker, or your body will turn the carbs from the white rice into energy quicker.
Why is that more unhealthy that the white rice is turning quicker?
Because if your body's not using the glucose, if you don't use it up fast enough,
Right.
then it turns to fat essentially.
So the brown rice is a slow release, so your body has time to process it better.
Yeah.
Got it. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, so for most people, I'd say stick to brown rice. But,
So Ryan eats rice and fruit snacks. That's his diet.
Yeah, no, it's rice and excuse me, rice and a lot of lean meats. I don't know.
Meats.
I've been eating mainly like a lot of chicken and steak lately. Those are kind of been the two. Yeah, try to get some vegetables in there on occasion, but yeah, nobody likes vegetables, so yeah.
I like vegetables. I like salads. Chicken salads.
Chicken salad. Yeah.
So good. I love cottage cheese. I love chicken nuggets. That's probably my guilty pleasure. I get the vegan chicken nuggets. And it's not even
Dude, it's still processed.
It's not even because they're vegan. They just taste better to me. I don't know why. They taste more like chicken than chicken does. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, because you're not eating real chicken.
I know. Probably.
It's not real chicken in those. No.
Freaking delicious. Freaking good. I love like Chipotle type salads. I love Chipotle. I get that all the time.
I'm obsessed with Chipotle.
Obsessed.
Chipotle catered my grad party in high school.
That would have been the best grad party ever.
We had leftover Chipotle for weeks, and my family got so sick of eating it. I ate leftover
never get sick of
Chipotle.
that.
I ate leftover Chipotle twice a day at least for 3 weeks after, and did not get sick of it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it just went bad at the
Especially
end.
the guac. I love guac. Chips and guac. That's good.
All right, so this was another question we got on YouTube. I think it was in the comment section on the last video.
It was.
Piglet writes us, do you have any gay friends? Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Let's see. Does this include someone you're dating?
Wait a minute, you're dating somebody?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
I did not know. Why didn't you tell me?
Did I not?
No.
Oh, I didn't.
No.
You sure?
I'm positive.
I don't think I've told that many people. It's pretty recent. It's like 2 weeks. Yeah.
That a boy. Good for you.
Thanks. So yeah, that's been going well. I have one pretty close gay friend that I Snapchat. Shout out to Nick.
I was just about to ask if it's a guy or a girl, so
Yeah. I mean, I have maybe between 5 to 10, but I don't talk to them often.
That's interesting.
Like very rarely do I talk to them.
Hmm.
But like probably 95% of my friends are straight.
Let me think. I mean, you obviously, and then I was thinking about this the other day, and like I feel like I'm missing somebody. But there's a girl I went abroad with back in January that she has a girlfriend right now.
Okay.
I don't know if because she was dating guys before.
So she might be bisexual.
I'm not sure if she's bisexual or if she's just like an actual lesbian. I'm not 100% sure what she goes with. I feel like that's it. Yeah, off the top of my head, that's all I can really come up with. So, Yeah, I don't know. It's not like a. I mean, obviously, I don't shy away from it because you and I are super tight.
Right,
It's just like
exactly.
there's just not like I just haven't met that many people that go that way. So
I haven't either, and all my I don't know, most of my close friends just happen to be not.
yeah.
So
So the gay friends that you have, does it ever get weird like with you guys?
like they'll send some signals that like they're interested in stuff, and I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
I don't mean that offensively, but like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Yeah. So this is from an anonymous DM. I found myself falling hard for a close friend. I'm worried I might be in the friend zone, but I want to get out. What should I do?
Yeah, it's funny that somebody sent you this because very, very real situation in my life as of late. So, yeah, I had to do some damage control. I'll fill you in the details later. But who sent this in? Was this?
There's nothing there.
Okay. All right. I was wondering. I was like, God, did one of my friends DM you about this? Because like,
is it something that they're dealing with, or just something that?
Well, no, I was thinking like I just went through it, so they were like, oh, like let's whatever.
Let's get Ryan and talk about it.
Yeah. All right. So I'll take the lead on
Do
this
you
one.
even know the answer? Are you currently struggling to?
For what?
Like, if you're in this right now, do you have an answer?
Oh no, I'm like it happened, and I'm past it.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
You're game for this question. You got this.
Yeah.
Take the lead, Ryan.
Yeah. So. All right. So recently, had a girl, good friends for a long time. Had a boyfriend for almost the entire time I knew her. They split. A few months went by. I ended up catching feelings for her. One night we had some drinks flowing. One thing led to another. I thought it was more than it was. Shot my shot the next weekend. Didn't work out. That's kind of the basis. But almost lost a friend over it, which sucked. Had to do some damage control to keep that together. So from the way this question's phrased, I'm going to guess that nothing's probably happened between you two yet. But like, let's just say, I can look at both sides. So either something has happened between you and this friend or something hasn't. So let's just say something has, because I've already talked about that. So if something has happened, I would say I think you do need to address it with this person. You probably need to be the one to bring it up. The way that you bring it up though is going to be, you want to kind of be cautious. Since you obviously have feelings for this person, don't make the mistake I did and just pull it from half court and be like, look, I like you, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you're feeling, try to get them to talk first to see where their head's at. And if
they're even looking for a relationship, or
right.
like...
And if they're not, if it was like, oh, it was just a one night deal or whatever, then you don't have to worry about potentially losing a friend over it. So, because that sucks. Yeah.
Because you're trying to gain something, you don't want to lose something.
Right. Yeah. If you go that route, like if the other person's into you, like it doesn't really matter like which route you go down. Right. But if you try to get them to talk first, you can save yourself potentially losing a friend. You're basically just minimizing the risk by trying to get them to talk first and trying to get their feelings out about it first. So, the other one, if nothing's happened yet, there's a few different ways that you can go about it. The way that I would go about it would be to bring in some sort of third party. If you guys are that close, you probably have at least a couple mutual friends. And if you do, have someone talk to them about it. That way, again, you're minimizing the risk. What I do too is like if you have a mutual friend that's closer to the other person, try to use them, because that way when they say, or when that third party goes to the other person and says, hey, have you ever thought about like whatever, like they're probably not thinking, oh, this person's like, you sent this person to talk about it. Like if you get like your best friend or like your roommate to go talk to them about it, yeah, that's probably raising some red flags. So yeah, that's kind of the way I would go about it. That way you can kind of get a better picture of like, okay, could this actually work out or not? Yeah. That was really long, but that's... I was thinking about that.
Wow, you really got into that. You're passionate.
I did.
I love that. Yep. Is it your turn now?
You got to answer too.
Oh.
Yeah, what advice would you give?
See, I feel like everything happens for a reason. And if someone doesn't really want you or tries to make an effort, then there's no point.
Okay, so Brandon's advice is sit on your ass and hope something falls in your lap. That's what I just got from that.
No, but it's like...
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just
You
giving
want
crap.
you want someone to make an effort, and if it's that hard that you feel like you're being friend zoned, then it's like, why have someone that's not gonna like fight for you or like.
Right, but at the same time, if it's like a typical like straight relationship, and assuming a guy asks this question and they caught feelings for a girl, the guy has to make the move.
Right.
Like nine times out of 10, the girl's not going to make the move.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And especially not if there's like a close friendship there already.
I think honesty is the best policy. You just gotta say it.
Just send it?
Just send it.
Okay. All right, that works too.
Just send a flirty text and see if you get one back. If you don't, then you know your answer.
Well, I don't know how I feel about the flirty text.
I don't mean it doesn't have to be sexual, but like.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, yeah. This is Sean from the Gram.
So Sean, what's up?
What's up, Sean?
He writes us, have you ever used any gay dating apps? If so, which are the best?
Good question.
That's a great question.
Yes. They definitely have, in periods of my life, have been addicting because the way that they are designed, at least Grindr, if you've heard of that, is...
I wanted to ask you if you've ever used that one.
Yes. I don't like it, but basically they show you the most recent or the closest people in distance to you, and it constantly updates. So it's not like Tinder where you're swiping and then once you're out of options, you're out. Like, it's constantly refreshing. So you can be on it for hours and hours, and it's like you can message people unlimited. It's just, I don't know. It's a very hookup type thing. Definitely wouldn't recommend that one unless you're looking for that. There's one called Scruff.
Scruff?
It's for like, mainly for like muscle and like bear type stuff.
Like really masculine guys.
I mean, there's some on there that aren't, but yeah, I mean, in a generalization, I think that's what they advertise.
Yeah.
That one's fine too, but I feel like that's also hookup-y. Honestly, I think the best is Tinder, maybe.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the person I'm dating now I met on Tinder, and it was just... I feel like it doesn't really matter what you use. You just need to put in your profile what you're looking for.
Yeah.
At least with gay dating apps, it's not like an obvious that you're looking for relationships. Some people are just looking to hook up. So I think if you want a relationship, then just say that in your profile so people know whether to message you or not based on what you're looking for.
That's well said.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, for me, obviously haven't used any gay dating apps, but
You're not on the Grindr?
dating apps in general.
That'd be so funny.
No, it wouldn't.
It would be hilarious.
It would not be funny.
Hilarious.
So I was on Tinder a few years back. Haven't been on it recently.
Back in the 80s.
Yeah, messed around with Bumble a little bit too. Bumble's very like, there's a lot of like really like diehard feminists on that app. Just because it's like, it gives women more of the power because the girl has to reach out first. You can't message them first. They have like, if you match with them, it's basically like Tinder, but only females can reach out to you first.
So they're kind of in control versus Tinder where it's 50-50. It's just kind of like, got it. That makes sense.
Yeah. So for the shyer guys that don't like to message people first, I guess that might not be a bad option. I kind of liked what you said though about like just being cautious on it, because I mean, you know, it's meeting people online, so you never really know what you're gonna get.
Right.
I think with a lot of dating apps, it's a lot of people are on there just because they're looking for hookups, and if you're not on there for that, I think you need to make that known very, very early, because there are people who are on it just for that. So yeah, just be cautious would be my advice with any of that stuff. So
at least for the gay dating apps, I think Tinder is the best because a lot of people have their Instagrams hooked up, so you know that they're real people. And there's a lot of less fake, point. But like on Grindr, like half the people are fake. It's so easy to get catfished. I've been catfished twice this year. It happened. It's just
really.
It's very, very common on that.
Interesting.
And like half the people don't have profile pictures, so it's so much easier to lie.
Well, that's. I mean, if you don't have a profile picture or you only have like one picture, you swipe left right away.
It's not a swipe thing though.
It's not a swipe thing? Okay. I'm only familiar with Tinder, so.
It's just a lot. It's exhausting, so I'm happy not to be on it.
Yeah.
I would recommend Tinder. Just try that first. If it doesn't work, then expand your horizons.
Yeah. Also, too, like I was more on when I was on Tinder. It was more of like it was really more of a confidence thing more than anything. I wasn't really like looking for anything out of it. And it was like, hey, if something happens or like I meet somebody through this, like whatever.
But it wasn't your main intention to.
No, it was more of a confidence booster more than anything. Like it's kind of cool to pull up like, oh, look at all these people that I thought of attractive that think I'm attractive too, and you start like scrolling through all the matches that you have. It makes you feel pretty good. So
yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. So yeah, I do actually have a friend too who met her current boyfriend of I think almost 6 years on Tinder.
6 years?
They're for sure at 5. They might be close to 6 by now,
Nice.
but I know for sure they've been together for at least 5 years. So
And there's definitely a stigma around dating apps saying that like, oh, you met there, like that's stupid. But honestly, with
or
how
sketchy.
Yeah, but how like busy our culture is, I feel like it's almost necessary a lot of the time, like especially for gay people, but because like
it's harder for you to meet people.
Yeah, it's very hard to meet someone, especially because a lot of people are closeted or like that type of thing. So
yeah,
there's a lot more that goes into that. This is from J Thorpe 34. This is your buddy on Snapchat.
Yeah, this is one of my roommates. Thorpe's my boy.
What is your most recent relationship / buddy?
See.
Is that friends with benefits?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Do you want to go first?
Yes, mine is currently going right now. Started 2 weeks ago.
I don't know which one should I tell because like my most recent one is like it's really uneventful. Like nothing really happened.
Are you sure it wasn't uneventful? Is it the one that you just talked about?
No.
Then spill the tea, man.
Well, okay, it
was a buddy.
Well, yeah, it was back when I was still going to school. It was a girl who was a friend of a friend, went to a different school. I hit her up one day, we started hooking up, and then she started to catch feelings, so I cut it off. That's literally the whole story.
Why did you cut it off? Were you not looking for that, or you weren't interested?
Yeah, before I graduated back in May, I was like at a point where I didn't really want a relationship, and I think it was like I need to, like I'm making this big transition in my life, like there's this big change going on, like I'm graduating college, I'm starting a full-time job. Right. I don't want to have, I don't want to have something else changing along the way. Plus, I didn't want to be in a relationship to where that relationship would have maybe affected the decisions I made as far as like, where I end up working, or if I'm, gonna be buying a house soon, like where that is. I don't want that to affect the decisions I made because I want those decisions to be best for me.
Yeah,
that which sounds really selfish, but
no, you have to put yourself first, and especially those situations.
Yeah,
life's too short.
Oh right. God,
is it your turn? Yes.
Yeah, this is a good one. I love this topic. So, another anonymous. They want to remain anonymous, right? This
anonymous.
One. They want to remain anonymous.
Anonymous. I'm saying that right? Anonymous.
Yeah.
Was I not saying that right?
I don't know. Oh, it sounds fine.
Anonymously.
Yeah, they wanted to say anonymous. Already.
They're anonymous.
Cool. Okay. All right, so this person sent Brandon a DM on Instagram. And said, "What is the best way to approach my gym crush?" I love this topic. There's some theories that I've heard that are around this that are really interesting.
So I will just like engage in conversation that has to do with something that they're working on, like weight wise, like if they're. So
you would walk up to them and like just straight.
Oh, I done it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Every time they were straight though, so it's like I just have to get a little read and then I figure it out and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
But yeah, that's all I have.
So hypothetically, if let's just say that you're in the gym and there's someone that you've seen there a few times and you have some sort of intel that they are gay. What's your strategy?
That's weird answering that now.
Well, yeah, now that you're in a relationship.
Well, not really a relationship yet. We're dating. But, what would I do? Mm-hmm. I would still do the same thing. Just still start out as that natural conversation and then if I'm getting more of the hinty vibes, then I'll ask for Snapchat and like continue talking that way.
So like, what's your opening line?
It really depends on what they're doing.
So you're basically just gonna go ask them about like what lift they're doing or something like that?
Yeah, like a bench or squat type thing. Cause it's like, I'll be like, damn, you're lifting a lot. And they'll be like, oh, I've lifted more before. And then the conversation just
Oh, I've lifted more before.
I've lifted more. So yeah, it's just...
So,
I mean, I feel like the same way you make friends. It's just there's that roadblock.
So your advice would be like, think of something to say, go up to them, and then just say try to just get a conversation going from there.
Yeah, and you can get a read pretty easily, I feel like.
Interesting.
But for me, I have to be in an environment that I'm very comfortable with. Obviously, our gym that we work out with, we know a lot of the people, we know the environment really well. I feel like if it was a new environment with all new people, that'd be more difficult because you'd feel like a stranger in the territory.
I almost feel like that'd be easier if it's a gym you like never go to.
Really? Why?
Well, because I think with I think hypothetically you do approach somebody in the gym, you do try to start that conversation. I mean, it's a little bit different, I guess, for you. But like, if you're a guy and you're going up and approaching a girl, and like just starting up a conversation, if you might start to get a bit of a reputation as a player, and you really don't want that. So if you just go do that, and then all of a sudden, like, if you're approaching a girl in the gym, like, she's probably got friends who work out there too, and then maybe she points you out, and like, yeah, and all of a sudden
if she's not interested, she'll be like, oh, look at, he just said that, and then it spreads, and then
and on top of that too, like, you do that, and she's not interested. If you're going to the same gym, you're gonna have to see her over and over and over again.
Smart.
So, yeah. Smart. So here's my philosophy on this.
Here's his philosophy.
If you've got a gym crush, I would say don't talk to them while you're working out, because odds are that person is there because they're there to work out. They're not there.
So you might be an annoyance, and then you have a bad first.
You don't want to distract them from their workout, because that's the reason that they're there. There are people who do go to the gym that are like, oh, I just want attention from, like, people I'm attracted to. You don't want to be with those people anyways. So
right.
Yeah, so if you can find a way to talk to them, like maybe you're walking in the locker room or you're leaving together at the same time, you just be like honestly, you could just be like, hey, I'm Ryan. I've seen you around a couple times.
Hey, I see your hair's wet. Did you just shower? What shampoo do you use?
No. I would never. Dude, I'm going to start a conversation about shampoo? How am I supposed to talk about shampoo?
Be like, oh, I use that shampoo too. Or you could be like,
what?
I like your mascara. I bought some last week.
No. Don't listen to Brent.
She'd love that.
No. Killing me. Yeah, honestly though, I feel like just like most girls don't want to be talked to while they're working out. They don't want to be hit on while they're there. But like, I mean, if you see them by the pool afterwards, or you're just walking out together, that's a good time.
And you're like, what do you look like without clothes on?
Well, no, you find that out later. So, yeah, damn it.
Do you want to go naked?
You're throwing me off, man. You're making me lose my train of thought. I'm rolling with this, and you're screwing me up. All right. So if you can make that to where you end up walking out or walking in with them at the same time, and you can just start that conversation there. Then maybe a little bit further down the road, what is wrong with you?
You're fine. Keep going. You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great.
If you're someone who's in good shape, like, show it off a little bit. Try to get their attention, but then don't talk to them until after you guys are both done with your workouts.
It's on.
That's where I'd go with that.
All right. So GayTube from YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you said that right.
He asked, is Ryan 100% straight? What is the answer, Ryan?
Yes, I am 100% straight. I am so sorry to the guy who left a giant conspiracy theory about this on...
That was so freaking incredible. I loved it.
I was dying reading it. I was trying to read it at work, and I was like, this is more entertaining than the video.
It was better than the video.
Go back to the last Q&A video and find...
Look at those comments.
It's a comment within a comment, and it's like seriously like 5 or 6 paragraphs
amazing.
It's
absolutely
ridiculous.
Amazing. I laughed for hours. Thank you for people that did that was incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shout out to you.
Come up with more because that was amazing.
Yeah, that was really entertaining.
All right. Let's see. Worst relationship / situation from McBlodo. Is that from Snapchat?
MC Blado. Yeah.
MC Blado.
My boy Michael. Yeah, he's one of my coworkers.
See, I don't know if I really want to go into this.
You don't need to then.
I feel like it's something that I want to, I don't know. I've moved past it. It's in the past. And I want to keep it there. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you even have one that you want to share? Or is it the same thing with you?
I can talk about it.
Really?
I'll give the highlights, yeah. Well,
the highlights or the lowlights?
Well, okay, I'll give you the spark notes. So...
Love that.
Yeah, I don't really have a problem. I've never really had a problem talking about it.
Really?
Like what happened. Yeah, even when I was going through it, which is actually kind of how we became friends, is because I'd vent to you about it all the time.
Yes, that's how we first met.
Yeah, so let's see. So back when I was still working at Lifetime, I was in the kids' apartment. There's a girl who was there, was a lifeguard, and I remember this day, it was outside by the pool, and one of my buddies who was working, who's kid's a freaking riot. Like, we'll just straight up go up and talk to anybody. He sees an attractive girl, boom, he's already talking to her. It's crazy. The kid's got so much confidence. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it almost too much?
It can be at times, but yeah. So, we're getting ready for the kids to go jump in the pool, and he says to me, hey, dude, like, check out that girl over there. So, like, I look over, and I was like, okay, she's definitely new here. Like, she was not here last year. So, we go in the pool or whatever, and my buddy goes, hey, I'm gonna go talk to her. I was like, all right, dude, go for it. So, I mean, I wasn't really surprised. I knew he was probably going to at some point. So he goes up, starts talking to her or whatever. One of our other coworkers comes over to me and says, hey, does your buddy know that she's there, that she has a boyfriend? And I was like, God, he definitely doesn't. I got to go help him out. So I go up to the top of the slide, and I was like, yo, bro, like, she's got a boyfriend. Like, it's not going to work. Doesn't say anything. Walks down the stairs, leaves me at the top of the slide with this girl. I'm like, dude, come on, really?
What?
Yeah, super dick move. Yeah, so I talked to her briefly or whatever. Eventually, we talked a few more times at work, and then there was a day I was up at my cabin, and I got a notification from Snapchat that somebody had added me or whatever, and I'm looking at it, so I opened it up, and I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, it took me a second for it to click, like, oh my God, it's the lifeguard. So
I never knew the origin of this story, so I'm really interested in this. Yeah.
Okay. Well, now you know.
This is fascinating.
So I add her back, hits me up right afterwards, and she goes, hey, I need advice on how to break up with my boyfriend. And I was like, okay, either somehow I managed to get incredibly deep in the friend zone in like a week and a half.
Right.
Or this girl's totally into me. So I was like, all right. So like, yeah, we started talking for a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, eventually there was I don't want to put him on blast for, I don't know, he was not being a great dude. But basically, yeah, went over to her place one night. You know how, like, people, like, give you, like, the look, the kiss me eyes? You know how that's, like...
100%, yes.
Yeah, everybody's got one. Everybody's got one.
100%.
And there are so many people like, oh, I don't have a look, I have a look. No, you have one. You have one.
You have a
so,
look, bro.
She gave, the first time, like, we were hanging outside of work, she gave me the look. And I was like, I can't do this. She's got a boyfriend. First time. She gave me the look. I'm like, no, not doing it. Second time, gave me the look for a longer time. I'm like, nope, still not doing it. Third time, probably about 8 seconds long. Didn't do it.
Really?
Fourth time, I caved.
I caved the fourth time.
I screwed up. And yeah, so basically, her and I started hanging out, and she just kept telling me, like, oh, I'm going to break up with him. I'm going to break up with him. I'm going to break up with him. I just, like, kept going, like, hey, so, like, we're kind of not doing something awesome right now. You kind of got to get on this.
It went way too long.
Right, and that was through the rest of the summer, and then towards the end of the summer, she's like, hey, like, I need a little bit of space. I need to figure things out as far as, like, what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. So, hadn't talked to her in a few days. I'd call her up on literally my last day of work, and I'm moving into my apartment back at school literally the next day. So, my last day at work, I called her that morning, finally got a hold of her, and she's like, yeah, I'm really, like, up in my head right now. I need to do something, and, like, I'm struggling with it or whatever. So in my mind...
something as in make a decision?
Kind of, yeah.
Got it.
So in my
How
mind...
long had you been hanging out at this point?
Oh, God. A little over 2 months, probably.
2 months.
Probably about 2.5 months.
That's it? I thought it was way longer than that.
Well, at this point, yeah. It was about 2.5 months. So,
okay.
In my mind, what that meant to me was she either just broke up with her boyfriend or she's about to. So I'm ecstatic. I'm like, I'm running down to the gym.
Awesome.
I'm like, I'm jumping up. I'm high-fiving everybody. I jumped into the wall. I did like a Lambo leap into the padded wall. And like, I picked up a kid and started carrying him around too. I was a camp counselor. I didn't pick up a random kid. Let's get that out of the way. I was working with kids. It's okay. So, the next night I was like, okay, look, we haven't talked about me going back to school, how we're going to do this or whatever. Right. And she's like, I think I'm going to try to work things out with my boyfriend. I was blindsided. Like, completely blindsided.
You thought it was going to be the complete opposite of that spectrum.
Exactly. It never crossed my mind for a second that was going to end. So, so that was first week in September. And
of what year?
Oh, God, 2017?
I've known you that long. Over 2 years already?
Yeah, it would have been 2017.
Yeah,
that was, so fall
right.
2017. So I started my junior year at school. That sounds right.
Yeah, that's definitely right.
Yeah, so, about 2 months goes by, nothing really happens, and then Halloween weekend hits. And I wasn't working during the school year at the time at Lifetime. I had an internship I was doing with a finance deal. It was really boring.
Right.
So my assistant department head at Lifetime hits me up, is like, hey, I know you're at school, but like, we're really like panicking right now. We need someone to work this birthday party. They're like, is there any way you can come down? And I'm like, okay, I don't have people coming over until later tonight. I'm going to be done by 4. I can come back down. So I drove down, did the birthday party. Then it was a swimming birthday party. So got all these kids changed, and then went out to the pool. I phrased that really weird. So we did, so birthday party starts. We did like cake and presents or whatever. And then we're going to swim for the second half. So went down, went out to the pool. And when I went out there, guess who's working? Exactly. So I'm like, great, I got to deal with this now. So we get out there, and a parent like comes up to me, and she has a question for me. Something about the slides. I don't remember what the question was, but it was a rule that we had different in camp, and that's what I was used to. So I was like, I don't know what the normal rule is.
Right.
And I'm like, God, please don't make me go ask a lifeguard. But I was like, if you want, I can go ask a lifeguard. This girl's the only one who's down there.
No.
Only one, right?
No.
So keep in mind, haven't talked to her. 2 months, have not talked to her. So I brought the mom with me or whatever.
Right.
And the mom asked questions. She explained it super well. Got past it. And like, I was just trying to be nice. So at the end, I was like, hey, it was nice to see you. And that's where I screwed up. Because
that's where Ryan knew he messed up.
Yeah. After that ended, after the party ended, I went back to my locker after my shift, and she had already sent me a text. And basically that turned into us hanging out again, and then just snowballed from there. And that was when things started to get like really sketchy. I started to like we were sneaking around for probably 2 months after that. Like, my roommates had no idea that I was doing this, or at least I don't think they had any idea that I was doing this. And like, I didn't tell anybody. I wasn't telling anybody that, what was going on. And
did you tell me? I think maybe you told me because you didn't know me that well, so you didn't feel like it would get around.
Yeah, plus I know that you knew her too, so.
Right.
Yeah, so it basically like it snowballed, and then like people kind of started to find out, and then back through all the way through the spring. I think it was April. I eventually like just laid it on the line, and I was like, look, here's the deal. I can't handle this. Like, either he's gone or I am.
Your mental state was so bad at that point.
It was really bad.
So bad.
Yeah, I will say though, some of the best workouts I've ever had was when I was going through that stuff. When she was with her boyfriend, you were like hitting PRs.
Oh, it was.
See, here's the thing though. It was like I was doing Unreal in the gym, but I wouldn't talk to anybody. It was headphones on, head down. I'm not talking to
your
anybody.
Head, just
like you saw me walk in, I'd give you a quick sense of what was going on, and you would not talk to me until I was done.
Don't mess with Ryan.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Yeah. So I gave her the ultimatum, and so last we set a time to meet up, and went there, and I was like, all right, let's just cut to the chase. You break up with him? She said no. So yeah.
She's still with him?
As far as I know, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of that story.
That was tea.
That
was a lot of tea.
Sorry, yeah, that was really long. I
no,
short, but
don't apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm making it sound like it was all bad. It really wasn't. Like, there were a lot of really good moments. I'm talking like, yeah, I hit some really low lows with her, but like easily some of the highest of highs I've ever hit, like by a lot.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's stuff I haven't had with anybody.
Right.
So
it's definitely an experience.
yeah, I think that was why I hung around, is because I had those.
You're searching.
Like, yeah,
for
we had the
next
valleys,
high.
but like we had the highest of peaks on top of it.
Right.
So
Did you ever feel valued though?
yeah.
You did.
Well, through that whole process, she saw me way more than she saw her boyfriend. So yeah. Get lucky _ Andrew, who's okay, before I read his question, I just gotta say this. So he this is one of the first guys I started going to the gym with.
Do I know him or no?
Probably not. This is back when I was in high school.
Oh,
still.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Andrew writes us, what is the really?
Oh, I hit it with my knee. Sorry.
All right, so Andrew writes us, what is the best form of cardio for fat loss? All right, do you want me to just take this one?
Take it. I don't know.
I'm going to give the technical answer for this. So
For me, I think it's all diet, but
that's kind of where
hit.
I'm going with
Isn't it hit?
I'm getting there. Let me answer. God. In terms of fat loss, I'll take a slight cop out here. I'll go into the cardio question a little bit, but if you're trying to lose fat, 99% of it's diet. That old saying, abs are made in the kitchen, is 100% true. Like, that's really like where you're gonna make the difference. You know, using cardio, you know, people will go back and forth about fasted cardio versus not fasted cardio. What I would say is, if you're gonna do, like, go ahead and try stuff out, see, you know, kind of what works best for you. If you're someone who does do well with fasted cardio, I'd say, you know, do something lighter. Don't do like sprints or HIIT or anything like that. If you do have a little food in your stomach, you are not going at it fasted, I would definitely recommend checking out HIIT. If you look at Olympic sprinters versus Olympic like marathon runners, who looks like they're in better shape?
Right.
The sprinter, like by a lot.
By a lot.
So you get those quick explosive movements, your body's not going to adjust to, okay, I need to do this motion for long periods of time.
All right, the last question of the day. I went through a recent breakup and I'm struggling to motivate myself to go to the gym. How do I get past the lack of motivation? It's been 2 weeks and I have got none.
When I go, whether it's, you know, a rejection or a bad breakup or whatever it is, the only place I want to be is the gym. Like, I don't want to be
that
anywhere
same
else.
person.
So
I think when you're dealing with a breakup, you're gonna want to look your best. I mean, I feel like it's a motivation to be like, all right, I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna like get bigger, or I'm gonna get leaner, like I'm gonna get in the best shape.
you want
Like,
to improve yourself.
You want to improve yourself. So I don't know how common that is to lose your motivation. I guess if
It's more common than you would think. I've heard this happen from a lot.
Maybe I can see if you're depressed, like if you just don't feel like doing anything, you lose motivation to do everything. But like,
yeah, that's kind of. I mean, I think the reason that someone would feel this way is they'd be like, okay, like, what's the point type of deal. So
Right. But you really gotta put yourself first, and you really have to think of it as, this is my time now to do what's best for me and get myself to the best place mentally, physically. Just focus on yourself and do what's good for you, rather than don't just drown yourself in your emotions and not be productive or get anywhere. You gotta really push yourself, and this is the time to get through it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, as far as
Ryan's like, you're wrong.
No. I agree with the majority of what you said. I think
Majority.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, like, I don't know, at the end of the day, like, okay, I'm gonna stray off the question here for a second here. There are so many amazing, incredible people in this world. For you to stay upset about just one, honestly, is kind of ridiculous. I'm not saying it shouldn't hurt. Like, it should. Like, if it doesn't...
Especially if it's like a year, like a very long relationship, long term.
Right, and like, if it does, like, if getting rejected or getting cheated on or getting broken up with, if that doesn't hurt you, you're a sociopath. So there's your first problem. But for you to stay upset about somebody, it doesn't make sense to me. You just gotta have a short memory with that kind of stuff. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, But there's really nobody on this planet that's worth staying upset about for a long period of time. There just isn't. Because there's way too many.
Your life is too important.
Right.
Too short.
There's way too many people on this planet that are like amazing. So.
And obviously, if it didn't work out, that wasn't meant to be, and you'll find someone better for you when the time is right.
Yeah, just because you don't have somebody like directly in front of you, or they're not blowing your phone up, doesn't mean they're not out there. They are. You just gotta go find them. So as far as the question goes with how do you get motivated to get back in the gym, like go with a friend. Like if you've got time for that, and you have a friend who goes to the same gym as you do, who likes to work out too, just go with them, because I mean it's nice to have somebody around. So if you don't have that option, honestly, the way I would look at it is just you getting there is a win, because just you getting to the gym is better than you sitting at home on the couch. So yeah, go, like, your first time back, focus on just getting there, and then once you're there, pick just a couple like light exercises that like pick some of your favorite exercises to do, and just do them really lightly. Like ease your way back in. Like you don't need to go and just go nuts.
Right.
Like you don't have to do that. So yeah, that's what I would say is just if you've fallen out of it and you want to get back into it, like start slow, ease into it. Don't go crazy on the first time you're back.
Dope.
So
thank you guys for watching. This was Ask the Bros. It was a fun time. I feel like we got some good questions out there. We hopefully gave you guys some advice if you needed it, or provided some entertainment. Ryan had some good stories, so I appreciate you being on today. And
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, see you guys later.
Hey, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, turn on the bell button notification.